This is the main section of the hardwire kit with a Type-C power connector. This yellow wire is for a constant 12 volt power. The red wire gets power when the ignition is turned on. And this is the ground wire that should be grounded. Let's start the installation. We need to locate the fuse box inside the vehicle. For this vehicle, it is close to the foot brake. Other vehicles may have the fuse box at another location. To open this fuse box, I will need to stick something right here and pull. So the cover is now off. To properly install this hardwire kit, we need to locate two fuses. The yellow wire should be connected to the fuse that give constant 12 volts, while the red wire should be connected to a fuse that only gives power when the ignition is switched on. Now it's time to use a multimeter to test for a non-essential fuse that gives constant 12 volt power, and another fuse that only gives 12 volts power after the ignition is turned on. So the vehicle is now turned off, and I will need to test both sides of the fuse. This is a non-essential fuse, and as you can see, both sides give a 12 volt reading. Now let's find another fuse that doesn't give any reading. Here is one that doesn't give any reading. Now let's turn on the ignition to see if this fuse gives a 12 volt reading. And as you can see, I am getting a 12 volt reading. So this fuse and this fuse will be used to install this hardwire kit. Now it's time to remove them from the fuse box. Now I can insert these connectors in the fuse box. Remember that the yellow wire should go where I got the constant 12 volt whether or not the vehicle is turned on. And the red wire should go where the power is only supplied when the ignition is turned on. Now it's time to find a good ground, and I see a stud and a nut right here. This is a perfect location. I will loosen the nut and fasten the ground right here. For some vehicle, additional extension wires may be needed to extend this ground to a good location.